everyone, we're going to solve each equation and check your solution using properties of equality. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to do the first one, and you might want to try to do these two as well. They basically have all the same coefficients and constants except with the sign change. So let's get started. This is our first one. I'm going to go a little slow on the first one and go a little faster on the other ones. So the first thing I'm going to do is group my x's on, I'm going to go ahead and put my x's on the right side and my constants on the left side. So what I'm going to do is use my subtraction property of addition, or subtraction property of equality, and write this out. So you get 0 minus 6 equals x minus 8. Because 4 minus 3 is 1. And then use your 0 property of addition, and that gives you negative 6 equals x minus 8. I'm using my addition property of equality to get 2 equals x. Now you see why I put the x on the right, because that gives me a positive x. So my solution set is 2. Doesn't matter what side of the x is on. Now to check our solution, we're going to put 2, substitute using the substitution property. We used all of these properties so far. No division. So we're going to substitute into my original equation. So we have 3, and we're going to substitute the 2. And see if these equal. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. So we get 0 equals 0, which is correct. So 2 is our solution. Next problem is this one. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my subtraction property. And I'm going to do multi-stepped here. I'm also going to use my subtraction property to get this 8 on the other side, so we can save some time. So what's going to happen is you get 0 here. Negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14. 4x minus 3x is x. 8 minus 8 is 0. So using your 0 property of equality, and you get negative 14 equals x. Now let's check our solution and go back to our original equation and plug in negative 14. All right, so we have 3 times negative 14, which is going to be negative 42. And 4 times negative 14, so we have 28 plus 28 is 56. So that's going to be negative 56. So let's subtract. You have negative 42 minus 6 is negative 48. And negative 56 plus 8 is negative 48. So this is true. Therefore, our solution set is negative 14. So that's really your final answer. And the last one, we're going to do the same thing with multi-step. Now in this case, since I always want my x to be positive, I'm going to go ahead and add 4x using the addition property of equality. And so therefore I'm going to move this 6 on the right hand side, by subtracting 6 from both sides. All right, so 3x plus 4x is 7x. This gives you 0. This gives you 0. And negative 8 minus 6 is negative 14. Yeah. So you have 7x equals negative 14. Now using your division property, you can divide both sides by 7. So that gives you 1. So you get x equals negative 2. So let's check our solution. Go back to your original, and everywhere there's an x, plug in negative 2. I just put parentheses where the negative 2 goes, and use substitution property of equality. So you get negative 6 plus 6 equals, this is 8. 8 minus 8. So you get 0 equals 0, which checks out. And therefore, this negative 2 is our solution set. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.